Hello. Today, I am going to tell you there is one thing a woman will never, and I mean never, share with a man unless she is completely, hopelessly, irreversibly in love with him. And no, it is not her phone password. It is something so intimate, so raw that most men do not even recognize it when it happens. In fact, a 2023 study from the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that 78% of men completely miss the moment a woman emotionally committed to them. 78%. That means right now there might be a woman in your life who has already handed you the keys to her heart and you are standing there fumbling around looking for the lock. Stay with me on this one because what I am about to tell you could change everything. And that last sign, the one I will reveal at the very end, that is the one that separates a woman who likes you from a woman who would go to war for you. Let me ask you something. Have you ever looked back at a relationship and realized you missed it? Missed the moment she got quieter, softer, more real with you? Missed the shift when she stopped testing you and started trusting you? Or maybe you are in something right now and you feel like she is giving you more, but you cannot quite explain what it is. That feeling, that confusion, that is exactly why this matters. Because women do not always say, I love you. The smais, hais, dais, say, yay, with words first. They say it in ways that require you to actually see them. Here is something most people will not tell you. Women do not fall in love the way men think we do. Men often imagine love as this big cinematic confession, a dramatic moment, a perfect line. It is beautiful and completely wrong. Because when a woman falls in love, she dansar tais. She does not announce it. She leaks it slowly, quietly, in moments that look ordinary on the surface, but carry emotional weight underneath. And if you miss those moments, if you brush past them, minimize them, or misunderstand them, something subtle begins to shift. She does not stop loving you overnight. That is not how it works. Instead, she starts pulling those pieces back, not out of punishment, but out of protection. Because a woman who feels unseen does not argue forever. She retreats gently, quietly, until one day you look up and realize she is no longer there in the way she used to be. So right now, I am going to walk you through the exact things a woman shares only when she is genuinely, deeply, fully in love. The main dairis eating taum site. And as you listen, I want you to think about someone specific, not in theory, in reality, because chances are you have already seen at least one of these, and you did not even realize what it meant. Let me start with the one that catches most men completely off guard. When a woman shares her childhood wounds, and I do not mean the polished, easy stories, not the cute memory about her first bicycle or the harmless anecdote she has told 100 times. I mean the real stories, the ones that still carry emotion, the ones that make her pause mid-sentence, the ones she has edited, softened, and hidden from most of the world. When she tells you about growing up in chaos, about feeling invisible, about the nights she cried quietly so no one would hear, that is not casual conversation, that is emotional exposure. And here is what you need to understand. Those stories are not just information. They are emotional fingerprints. They explain how she loves, how she protects herself, how she reacts when she is hurt, and how she hopes deep down to be understood. Psychologically, this is what we call vulnerability-based bonding. When someone reveals unresolved emotional experiences, they are not just sharing the past. They are testing the future. They are asking without saying it directly, is it safe to be fully seen by you? And this is where most men get it wrong. They hear pain and immediately try to fix it. They say things like, that was a long time ago. No. Or, you should not let that affect you now. Eiri, daus, ingaus. But in that moment, she is not asking you to solve anything. She is asking you to stay, to listen without interrupting, to understand without correcting, to hold space without rushing her out of it. Because when a woman shows you her wounds, she is not looking for a mechanic. She's looking for a witness. And if you can do that, if you can sit with her truth without trying to rewrite it, you create something incredibly rare in her emotional world. Safety. Now, let me give you a real-life example so you can feel this more clearly. Imagine you are sitting with her late at night. The conversation slows down. The energy softens, and out of nowhere she tells you about a time in her life where she felt completely alone. There is a pause after she says it. That pause, that is the test, not a manipulative test, a moment of truth. Do you brush it off? Do you change the subject? Or do you lean in and say something as simple as, that must have been really hard for you? That one sentence delivered with presence can deepen her trust in you more than 100 compliments ever could. And here is something most men never realize. She will remember that moment, not just what you said, but how you made her feel when she said it. Because in her mind, that moment becomes evidence. Evidence of whether you are someone she can emotionally rest with or someone she needs to stay guarded around. Now, if you are still with me, I want you to do something small but powerful. Think of a time when a woman shared something real with you. How did you respond? And be honest with yourself here, because awareness is where everything starts. If this is already shifting how you see things, take a second to like the video. Now, what she shares next when she is in love might surprise you even more because it is not about her past. It is about how she sees herself right now, her insecurities about her body. And before you dismiss this, I need you to really understand the weight behind it. We live in a world where women are constantly performing confidence. Filters, angles, lighting, it is all part of the presentation. And over time, that performance becomes a kind of armor. So when a woman steps out of that, when she sits in front of you without makeup in comfortable clothes and says something like, I do not feel pretty today, that is not attention seeking. That is trust. Because she is showing you the version she is afraid might not be enough. Psychologically, this ties into self-image vulnerability. When someone reveals the gap between how they present themselves and how they feel internally, they are exposing one of their most sensitive emotional layers. She is asking, if I show you the parts of me I struggle to accept, will you still see me the same way? And your response matters more than you think. If your reassurance feels forced or dismissive, she will feel it. But if you look at her and say something like, I wish you could see yourself the way I see you right now and you mean it. That lands differently. That stays with her. Because the truth is, most women are not looking for a man who thinks they are perfect. They are looking for a man who sees them clearly and chooses them anyway. And when she realizes that you are that man, that is when her guard drops even further. Now, here is where things take a turn that most men completely miss, because the next thing she shares does not look like sharing at all. And that is exactly why it is so powerful. Her silence. Yes, silence. And I know that sounds strange at first because most people are taught to fear silence, to fill it, to fix it. Think about this. Have you ever been with someone where the silence felt uncomfortable? Where you felt pressure to keep talking, to entertain, to hold the interaction together? Now compare that to being with someone where you can sit side by side, say nothing, and still feel completely at ease. That difference, that is emotional safety. When a woman is in love with you, she stops performing. She stops feeling the need to constantly engage, impress, or maintain energy. She allows herself to just be, and that is not boredom. That is peace. That is trust in its purest form. Because silence, when it is real, is not empty. It is full of comfort, full of presence, full of unspoken connection. And most men ruin it on because they misinterpret it. They think, is she bored? Did I do something wrong? Should I say something? And in trying to fix something that is not broken, they disrupt the moment that was actually very meaningful. So the next time you're sitting with her and there is silence, do not rush to feel it. Stay there. Feel it. Because if she is relaxed in that silence with you, you are not losing her attention. You are holding her trust. And what comes next builds on that trust in a way that is even more revealing. But we are just getting started because the next thing she shares is not about the present moment at all. It is about something much bigger. And once you understand it, you will never hear her words the same way again. Because the next thing she shares is not about the present moment at all. It is about her future, and more specifically, whether you exist inside it. And this is where things get subtle in a way that most men completely overlook. A woman who is unsure about you lives in the present. Her language is careful, non-committal. She says things like, we'll see or maybe, or I don't know what I'm doing next week. There is always space for distance in the way she speaks. But when a woman is in love with you, something shifts in her language. It becomes we, it becomes us, it becomes our. And it does not always come in some grand declaration. In fact, most of the time, it slips out casually, almost like she does not even realize she is doing it. She might say, we should go there next summer. Hindi maki dakan san daftay. Or, you would love my cousin's wedding in October. Das sams ti das kin ti. Or even something as simple as when we have a place one day. And if you are not paying attention, you might just nod and move on. But what she just did in that moment, she placed you inside her future. And psychologically, that is a very big deal because human beings do not build mental futures with people they are uncertain about. The brain naturally protects itself from disappointment by keeping emotional distance when there is doubt. So, when she starts imagining a future and you are consistently in it, that means her mind has already accepted you. This is what relationship researchers call future integration. It is one of the clearest indicators of deep emotional investment.